Hi YouTube, it's me Lena, and I'm here today with favorites and fails, which I haven't really done in a long time. But I've decided that rather than trying to do them monthly, which never works for me, I'm going to do them seasonally because it gives me time to really figure out what I liked and what I didn't like for the season. And honestly, I'm a little lazy with these, and I think 4 times a year is going to be a lot easier for me than 12. So I have 10 products to show you, but for a dishonorable mention, for what would go below the bottom of the pyramid, the dog do at the bottom of the pyramid, if you will, would actually be the Jouer lip treatment that I received in my Ipsy bag a couple of months ago. I actually completely threw it out. I didn't even keep it to hate on in a monthly favorites or fails. I hated on it in my Ipsy bag, which I will link down below, and I hated on it in my empties. It made my lips go like kind of weirdly numb but tingly at the same time. It tasted horrible and it really did nothing for me. So on to the actual favorites and fails. Where is that one? Okay, there it is. I misplaced it on my desk. So the first crappy thing on the pyramid is something that Milani broke my heart with. And it is these Milani Fierce Foil Eye Shines. I bought this in Rome and Venice. So I actually did a full in-depth review on these, which I will also link below, but these crease like crazy. Nothing I did to them would make them not crease. Like, I wore them with the primer, I wore them without a primer. I wore them topped with powder eyeshadow, I wore them alone. And except for really the one color that shows major usage, which is this pink color right here, they all creased on me. The rest of them I probably wore once or twice and they were crap. And this weird rubbery applicator just freaks me out on top of it. So these were $9.99 each. I wasted my money. I did get a $5 off coupon on one of them, but it wasn't even worth the $4.99 I paid for one of them. Do not buy these. I will admit I have super oily eyelids, so I have to fight to keep shadows from creasing on my lids. But when every trick I know does not work with these, I can't help you. Next, on the bottom of the pyramid, yay for low-key. My husband always asks me, why don't you just create like a little computer program that'll pop up on your thing every time? Well, for one, the girl I got this from, Cassie from Thrift Fix, she does that, and I don't want to be a complete and utter copycat. And two, I kind of like my little board to do it on right here. I like that it's so low-key. Anyways, another crappy product, or crappy for me, because some people swear they love this thing up and down, and more power to you if you love it. I just can't get it to work for me. It is the Julep Metamorphic Top Coat. It is called Bjork. And let me tell you, when you put this one coat over your nails, over any nail color, it is gorgeous. It turns this into this like intensely multi-chromatic color, but unfortunately for me, this never dries. I have tried putting a top coat on over it, even a fast dry top coat on over it, and it never dries. I always mess up my nails. So I can't work with this. So like I know I have kind of crappy nails, and I know I'm kind of fidgety, so those things might have something to do with it, but for me, I got this totally for free. It was an add-on to my box, but I don't want it. It does not work for me. And that makes me very sad. Next on the bottom of the pyramid is this LA Colors loose powder in the color Light. And the main problem with it, and I'm gonna get this shit everywhere, is the fact that the packaging really sucks. Like it has, like I said, I'm gonna get it everywhere. It has a, I'm gonna top it before I, all over my freaking shirt. It has a sifter, but it's really just holes that If this thing moves in any way, the powder comes out on top. And maybe it was because I initially used this when I had been out at the pool for 3 months, but this is not light. This is definitely what I would probably consider at least a light medium. I don't know how well you can see that, especially since I got crap all over my hands with it. But, you know, I can't use it. It's the packaging alone makes it completely unusable. And on top of that, it's despite being light, it's really more of a light medium. So I'm not gonna force myself to use this to get the $2 to $3 that I spent for it worth out of it, because I'll be miserable and I'll look like crap. And when I tried to start using this after I finished my Rimmel Stay Matte powder, I looked like crap every day. So I'm not putting myself there. This is going in the garbage, but I kept it to review and to let you guys know. I mean, if you can find your color and you deep hot this into some better container, it's not a horrible powder. It's worth about the $3, but between the packaging and the fact that it's the wrong color for me, I can't use it. So next on the pyramid, and really the last product that did not work for me. I'm putting on that caveat, it did not work for me. It is nowhere near a bad product, but it breaks my heart to put it in here. Milani, you breaking my heart again. It is the Milani Baked Blush in Fantastico Mauve. I actually got this out of the swap box that I did, a makeup swap box that I did a month or two ago. And isn't that a beautiful color? And it's so pigmented. I mean, all these shadows are pigmented. Not shadows, blushes. But it's too dark for me. Like, every time I put it on my face, it comes out super dark and I can't wear it. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with the product. I cannot love these products enough. I have other colors that are a little bit lighter and they work beautifully for me. And honestly, because they have most of them, they do have the matte ones. But most of the regular ones have a bunch of glitter in them, so you don't even need a highlighter on top of them. This is just too dark for me. If somebody with darker skin wore this, it would look absolutely beautiful. But I am going to upcycle this to a friend, or if I wind up doing another makeup swap box, I will put this back in it. So now, onto products that actually worked for me. We're on the second tier of the pyramid. We have a body spray. And oddly enough, I got this in my Ipsy bag last year, and it wasn't that I was underwhelmed. It was more like, oh, I could get this from CVS. I don't really care. I've been really loving on this thing. It is the Forever Paris Fine Fragrance Body Mist. It is from the brand Essence of Beauty. Like I said, I believe this is just CVS's perfume brand, or like they put in body lotions, body creams, body washes, all that kind of stuff. I have something touching my nose and it's driving me crazy. But, you know, I got this in the spring last year, so it's just a sweet flowery scent, but it's actually really nice. And on the days that I was forgetting to put on my perfume samples that I was trying to use up and finish 7 by spring, I would slap this on. And I slap this on when I go to bed a lot at night. So this is something I'm trying to use up in 2015, and I haven't committed to it at all, really, and I've used up that much from the black mark. So obviously I've been really loving this. Next on the pyramid, out of my perfume samples, this is the one that probably surprised me the most, so I did include it rather than some of the other ones that I really loved, but I knew I was going to love as soon as I got them. This is the Harry Prince Sincerely Air du Parfum, and it's actually a decent size sample. This one took me a while to go through. I'm going to read you the notes in it because I suck at describing scents. The complex blend of Indian tuberose, Turkish cyclamen, and Spanish mandarin makes for a sweetly spicy scent. And that is exactly how I would describe it, a sweetly spicy scent. Definitely sweetly spicy. I don't think this would make a very good summer perfume, but definitely over the winter it was fantastic. The bottle, the 50 milliliter bottle that they have on Birchbox is $55. So when I save up enough Birchbox points and it gets closer to fall and winter, I will actually be picking up a bottle of this. but I'll buy it with Birchbox points because, well, I don't pay full price for perfumes usually. Next on the pyramid, we actually have a BB cream. I actually picked this up for free from CVS. I had a $3 off of beauty coupon and a $1 off of NYC coupon, and this is, I'm gonna fling it on the floor just a second. See, it is the NYC Smooth Skin BB Cream Instant Mattes. And I would not call this completely matte, but for a BB cream, it is pretty darn matte. My shade is in light, and I think they also have a light, medium, and medium, so the shade range sucks, obviously, but I found one that worked for me, so more power to me. This, like I said, this is not exactly matte, but especially for a BB cream, it's pretty matte. Demi-matte's really a good word to call it. So, let's see. 5 different actions in one quick step. Instant mattifying coverage, minimizes the appearance of pores, beautiful smooth skin, minimizes the appearance of skin imperfections, and brightens skin tone and a healthy, flawless complexion. I actually did find that it really brightened my complexion too. Now, I did mix this a lot with my Physicians Formula Tinted Moisturizer, but I have worn this alone as well, and I mean, I've worn a lot of it because I only bought it in like either January or February, and I've gone through over half the bottle. But I really love this stuff, and once I go through it, I will probably pick up another bottle. We're getting close, guys. We're getting close to the top of that pyramid. And the next thing I actually have is a somewhat recent purchase. I haven't hauled it because I kind of picked it up at random. And it wasn't what I thought it was when I initially bought it. It is the Sonia Kashuk Brush and Sponge Cleaner. And I thought this was a spot treatment, but it's not. It's actually like a real cleaner. And I didn't think I would like the smell of it when I first smelled it, because it's lavender, and I hate lavender. It usually gives me a headache. But this is light enough to where it actually works. And this does clean my brushes really well, and instead of using hand soap like I usually do because I'm lazy and don't usually buy another thing, but I would totally buy this again for one thing. I sadly do not remember the price. I want to say it was $6.99, so for all of this, not a terrible price, if I'm remembering it correctly. And this does clean beauty blenders really well, because not only have I used it on my Real Techniques Beauty Sponge, I actually recently got a Real Beauty Blender from Birchbox. I'm pointing because I have my Birchbox side up because I had to read that Harvey Prince perfume to you. But I actually used my Birchbox points recently to get a real, beauty... I forgot the name of it. You know what I'm talking about, the actual little pink sponge thing. But the Beauty Blender, yes, because I already said it once and then I completely forgot what it was. So it actually works on cleaning your beauty blender really well too, and it actually gets some of the stains out, which for something at the drugstore rather than buying the Beauty Blender super expensive cleaners, it's not bad. Next, and second to the top of the pyramid, I actually have my hair color. I have an extra bottle of this because I thought I might need 3 when I dyed it, and I did. This is the Enrage color, Purple Plum. And the last time I dyed my hair, it was like the emerald green color. I used this brand too. I really love this brand. Let me take my hair out so you can get a slightly better look at it if you haven't seen it yet. But I just want a really deep purple. When I get it out in the sun, it looks even more purple. Although my roots are oddly a little bit blue, but that's because I had to re-bleach my roots. So I think they might have absorbed the dye a little weird, because the rest of this was old bleach and I had to wash out the green, but some of it stuck around, obviously. Because it's really hard to get this crap out your hair. Which for a semi-permanent hair color, this sticks around forever. Like eventually it does have to be touched up, but especially compared to the splat hair color that I used at first, this is so much better. Just go to your local Sally's Beauty Supply. This is $9.99 a bottle, which sounds like a lot, but one of these did my original hair. Like when I dyed it green, one bottle did the whole thing originally. So, I will say these are really hard to squeeze, so before you use it, store it upside down for a little while to get all the product out, and you will probably have to take off the top and beat it against your hand. So there is that. Oh, and go ahead and mention this. This is all you need. You don't need a developer. You don't need anything like that. Just need to get you the bottle, which is probably why it's a little more expensive. Although, I want to say the splat hair color is like 12 something, but it includes the bleach. This does not. You have to buy your own bleach. Although, this color would probably take fine on top of normal hair. You probably don't have to bleach it for that. I already had bleached hair, and I didn't want it to look too different, so I dyed my roots. Re-bleached my roots, truthfully, and I just got a marker on my finger. And the top of the pyramid. This is something I've talked about before. I don't know if I've talked about it in a favorites and fails, but it is my moisturizer. It is the Origins Ginseng Energy Boosting Moisturizer. I actually just rebought this because I finally used up my old one. And guys, this smells amazing. If you like anything citrusy at all, you will love this. And the reason why I was reminded how much I love this is because I've been trying to go through these stupid moisturizer samples that Ipsy and Birchbox send to me, and they are all so heavy, even though they claim they are day creams. This is just a straight moisturizer, and I'm sure that means something, cream to moisturizer. I don't know what. I just know that this is so much lighter, and I have oily skin, so I cannot use anything that is a cream under my makeup without it looking like crap. This I can wear under my makeup, but it still hydrates my skin without it looking oily or nasty. And like I said, it smells amazing. It really does. And I know you're not supposed to be really heavy in the fragrances with your skincare because it can irritate your skin. So if that is a concern of yours, this might not be for you. But if you have oily skin, I definitely recommend this. And it is only $26.50. You can either get it from Sephora and get your Sephora points, or you can get it straight from Origin's website, and they almost always have some kind of deal going on where you can get like 3 to 5 travel size samples for free. Like you know how this is a nice size sample? Those kind of samples. Like the ones that you have to pay 100 points for on Sephora's website. Anyways, that is it. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, I really appreciate it, and I will see you later.